in Stilfontein. Well, now joining us is Yasmin Omar, lawyer representing the Society for the Protection of our Constitution. Yasmin, thank you very much for coming on this afternoon. We've just read now what is the order of the court. Just tell us the key tenets, if you like, of your argument that you had brought to the court, and what were you praying the court to do, at least in your initial application?
What prompted this application was the events that preceded the court application earlier this week. So as everybody knows, there were some unfortunate comments made by various ministers pertaining to people trapped underground in Stilfontein. So my officers act on behalf of my client, the Society for the Protection of our Constitution, and they instructed us to pursue an urgent application to court to have the court consider the safety of people trapped underground. Now, it is most unfortunate that we have a situation where ministers in government can make remarks that people are going to be smoked out and that no assistance will be given to them. And the society felt that this is not the way our democracy should be practiced. It should not be how our democracy should be shown to the world.
Yeah.
What is concerning is we've come out of a past that was violent, where basic human rights were not respected, and as a result of that, we have a constitution that is admired by the world to be one of the most glorious constitutions in the world. It is a constitution that protects our people to such an extent that we shouldn't have a situation like that which is prevailing in Stilfontein. So the society brought the application to compel ministers to do what is necessary to bring emergency relief at minimum to the people who are underground in Stilfontein. And that application was to an extent granted this morning, in that emergency relief was given to the people who are trapped underground. The matter will then continue on Tuesday on the urgent roll again, when the state respondents will have an opportunity to present their case.
Yeah. So at this point, Yasmin, the application was not contested, if I may put it in those terms.
No, it was, in that the various ministers were represented in court, their counsels and the attorney were in court. They presented argument, and it was at their request that the matter was stood down to later in the week to afford them an opportunity to get better instructions from the ministers. So the important thing for us to consider is that the ministers are coming to court to present their opposition. What is important to note is that we are sitting with a situation where we're having people die in our presence on TV. We are watching something similar to a genocide unfold, because with the aim of persecuting those people underground, entrances to the mine are being blocked so that people are trapped in there. There's no food given to them. There's no aid given to them. So the only inference is that the state organs are happy to allow people to die in there. And we must ask ourselves, how did we as a nation reach this stage? How did we reach this place where we allow people to die in front of us? We are all watching on TV as a dead body is pulled out of that mine. And we are not making a bigger fuss over this. This is what my client finds unacceptable.
Right.
So this is why the question asked is, what is allowing us to lose all sense of humanity? Why do we not have Ubuntu anymore, that we can't see suffering in front of us and make a bigger fuss? My clients instruct us that this may be because the world the West has caused for everybody to accept mass killing, accept genocide. What is happening in Palestine, those atrocious pictures we're seeing on TV, has desensitized our people, has desensitized our leaders, so that now when we see people dying underground, we think it's okay. We can talk about smoking them out and persecuting them. This, my client says, is unacceptable. Sure. This should never be allowed to prevail. And we want this brought to the attention of the world.
Is your client of the view that these individuals are trapped underground at this particular point, so they've got no ways or means of coming out voluntarily by themselves?
Yes, the entrances were blockaded. and people are not allowed to bring food in. No emergency aid were allowed in, and that blockading was designed to keep them trapped inside. It is either come out and face us, or and we're going to keep you in there until you starve to death. So what government is saying is, we are imposing a life sentence on you. You don't come out and do this, we're going to keep you trapped in there, and we're going to allow you to die without food.
Yeah.
It is the most horrendous way to die, and it's simply barbaric, according to my client. It's barbaric to allow something like this to happen in this day and age in a country like ours, which celebrates our democracy.
Yeah.
We were excited when we sent a contingent to the International Court of Justice who said, help the people of Palestine. But here in our own country, we're allowing people underground to die in the most horrendous circumstances.
What does then this order mean for those who do not want to come out from underground? There are those who maybe will want to exit after the police and the authorities allow them to come out. What about those who want to continue their operations underground?
Well, it's not a question of continuing operations, because I don't think that is going to be a long-winded continuance, because they have no food, they have no water, and those basic necessities are not being given to them. What we are saying is simply, do not allow for them to die in this fashion. If medical attention can be given to them, let emergency services go in and help them. When we go back to court on Tuesday, we are asking for more extensive relief. The relief we asked for today was to ensure that food, water, and other basic services are given to them. Just that simple human need, to ensure that they are not tortured, to ensure that they're not suffering. We don't know the circumstances of those miners who are underground, but we know that these are not people who have lots of resources. These are the most impoverished people who are coming from poor communities, who are told they are being given jobs. Whether it is legal or illegal, the bulk of them don't know. They are going underground to make a small income for themselves so that they can take care of the family. It is absolutely a desperate situation for them.
Yeah.
And for them to be persecuted and told to die under these circumstances, because they wanted to make an income for the family, they are told to die. Die because you made that choice, and we're going to persecute you and smoke you out. It is simply unacceptable.
So from this, it puts, of course, the onus on emergency personnel to be the only ones that go down there to be able to assist those who need assistance. At this particular point, it literally blocks the police. Does it from arresting those who come out there who could be deemed without proper documentation?
Well, the order did not interdict the police from arresting. So the police would be able to arrest. Whether those arrests are lawful or not is for another court to decide. Our view is, you are keeping people in that terrible state, torturing them, and when they come out, you want to arrest them. We consider the arrest to be unlawful. We must remember that the people who are underground have the benefit of being accepted to be innocent until proven guilty. Should they come out, let the courts test them. Let the courts test whether they had the intention to break the laws of our country. How did they get there? Let's hear their story. But to be judge, jury, and executioner, keep them down there, instill fear in them, and let them die under these circumstances, it's unacceptable. It is simple enough for government to allow them to come out, take their details, allow them to get their wits back together, allow them to get food, and later on go and do arrests if you think crimes have been committed. But the situation is horrendous. Our country is descending into a place that we don't want a democracy to go. The democracy is worthless if we're going to allow things to happen like this.